But Bruce, he'd made his mind up. He wanted to walk.
Yeah, I could.
Why should you stay in Hell's Kitchen?
How I feel right now, I am kind of half and half. I feel like I'm ready to go home, but I'm a fighter. Like, I was born fighting. So
I don't think I know that. We've had to fight for everything in our lives. It doesn't matter how many times in life you get knocked down. It doesn't matter how many times in life those negative thoughts come to the forefront of your mind. Dismiss them, dissolve them. You put yourself here, so you now have a duty, not just to yourself, to your family, to your little boy. If you're going to go down fighting.
He was like, you know, you're a fighter, and when you exit Hell's Kitchen, you need to exit fighting, not exit because you gave up. And that was a really strong thing for him to say to me. Like, I was like, whoa. Usually I'm a person, if I want to win, I have tunnel vision, and that's it. I see my goal and that's it, I go for it. But the last couple of days, for one of the first times in my life, I felt a little bit out of my depth. Usually, when I feel out of my depth, that will make me go harder. That will make me like even more determined to win. But in this environment, I feel a bit insecure.
If you want my opinion, go back to that very first day when you wanted to win, when you had the fight within you.
I think I've still got the fight, Marco.
Release it then, because if you don't, you'll exit Hell's Kitchen not the way you wanted to. Just remember, when you leave, whenever that is, just leave with your head high.
Marco made me feel so much better. I don't think he was trying to make me feel better. I think he was just being real. He was saying what he saw, what he thought. But in that truth, yeah, he made me feel a lot better.
Still to come, Anthea's in Aid's head.
I don't like waste.
Blah, blah, blah. It's like having a flea in your ear.
And Marco prepares for his toughest decision yet.
Tonight is our last night together before I make my last sacking.
Welcome back to Hell's Kitchen, where very shortly we'll find out who Marco has chosen as his final four, and with another king of food, if I can call you that, Anthony Worrell-Thompson. Number one, how's your meal been tonight?
I have to say, I think we can say for the whole table, pretty excellent, really. I mean, I had to season my tartar up a little,
yes,
but then I like it spicy. I do better chips.
Okay.
But that's down to the potatoes. He needs to use Mayan Gold potatoes. These aren't Mayan Gold, but I have to say...
But generally quite happy?
I am more than happy. I mean, from having been here the last 3 years, I think top-notch.
How difficult is it for Marco to run that past? I mean, 2 nights ago he fed 100 people. How would you cope with a bunch of celebrities who are not used to it?
Well, I think Marco's grown up enormously. I mean, I've known Marco for many, many years, and he's fiery like hell, but he's absolutely in control. I mean, he's calm. It's almost like he's on something. I mean, he doesn't drink. He does have a little...
Can we just add
he isn't. Okay.
Yeah.
But I mean, he is being nice to people, and he gets the best out of people by being nice. A little bit of Mickey taking.
Yeah.
But I think, you know, I mean, it is about control. You have to have a dictator in the kitchen, and he is a dictator.
All right. Well, you carry on eating. I'm so sorry to have bothered you. Now, Anthea Turner has many admirable qualities: passion, determination, and enthusiasm. Sadly for Aid, the one thing she doesn't have is an off switch.
I would quite like to hear less of Anthea.
If you feel you have something you want to say, because it's Aid.
Yeah.
These extractor fans, they do dull the sound, don't they? I saw
It's not that she says anything annoying, it's just that she says everything all the time.
Basildon. It would be named after the herb, I'm sure.
Endless. Verbal.
My name's Greek.
It's just a personality, not a personality clash, it's just a noise level clash.
Is it worth having one of these to stick this on? Is it better when you've got people on it? So I take these off them, do I?
She just talks a lot. And yeah, I'm going over there because I just got to get to this life, not real life.
Go, Marco.
Nothing's like going in my head. She's talking and talking.
Because it's
I told her a couple of times she's got verbal diarrhea.
Bobby Dabro always tells that joke. I think I mentioned it before. It's such an old joke. And he gets up on the stage and he goes, just before we go any further, I want to give a big round of applause for the catering staff, Sam and Ella. I love those obvious gags. Because it's I think we need to know...
Blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah.
I don't like waste.
Blah, blah, blah.
Anthony was talking and Danielle and Aid, as we walked out, they were both like, oh, for God's sake.
I kept trying to catch your eye.
I'm being so
I just wanted someone
serious.
to think the same as me.
And I had to say to them, if I ever make you feel like that, say to me, because I'm more than happy for anyone to tell me to shut up.
Did you have dandelion and birds up when you were ickle?
Yeah.
You know, that takes you back. The milkman used to bring dandelion and birds up. Loved it.
I don't think I can stand here any longer.
You can do it for the team.
Pierces
You
through my
can
skull like,
do it for the team.
like a hot skewer.
One half of me feels like poor Aid.
There's a farmer next to us. He's got sheep. And he came round and said he was going to shoot my dogs if they weren't got in there.
Most people, you've got a kind of level where you can, if they keep on talking, you manage to kind of cut them out. But it's just that particular frequency. It's like having a flea in your ear.
He thinks Anthea's annoying. Wow, what would he make of me? I spend all night walking around a restaurant talking to myself. So Miss Chatterbox was driving Mr. Grumpy up the wall. Meanwhile, in the kitchen, something was happening to Marco. Had Mr. Angry turned into Mr. Soft?
The 4 contestants who survive will be allowed to wear my bandanas. That'll be your prize for surviving.
I feel sorry for Marco about tonight's sacking because, you know, we've all come a long way. I think despite his kind of protestations that he's never going to be our friends or be emotional in any way, I think he's come to know us all a lot better.
he's on the desk.
He's a light relief. And to understand us a lot better and to like bits of us. He appreciates that most people in here are really trying very hard and want to be here and are very appreciative of what he's doing for us.
Like last time I did Hell's Kitchen, I saw a butterfly.
Yeah.
I caught it in Hell's Kitchen and released it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I am.
So I think he's feeling it very hard the further it goes on. I think he was very pleased last night when Bruce made the decision for him. I think he's going to find it really tough tonight.
If I see a bee in my house, I'll release it. If I see a wasp, I'll kill a wasp. Gather round, please. So tonight is our last night together, because one of us is going to go. Even though it's only been a few days, you start to bond with people, you start to get to know people, you start to like people, even though you may not have liked them on day one. You start to trust them. You accept them for their weaknesses. You admire their strengths. I'm a great believer in timings, as you know. And there's a time to have a chat and there's a time not to have a chat. Tonight is our last night together before I make my last sacking.
I don't want to go, because if I do, I think I will have let him down somehow. I won't have, you know, performed to my best.
After all the hard work and the effort and the sweat and the tears, just to be in the Final Four would be such an achievement for me.
You can walk out with your head high, with your integrity intact. Because whoever leaves tonight